Hey guys, Morty here. Welcome to my channel. What do you do when you're having well, I wouldn't say just bad week, but this one was not something I was looking forward to. I had some meetings and stuff, and I got a message back about something I put out there, which wasn't worth what I'd hoped it would be. And in between all of that, after my meeting with my union rep on Wednesday, in the evening, I sat down and said, someone said to me, Morton, do something nice for yourself. All that other stuff is going to happen anyway, and you know, try and perk yourself up a little bit before the meeting you're having on Friday, which was today, 28th of February. So I went online on finn.no, which is the Norwegian equivalent to, let's say, eBay and Craigslist, maybe Facebook Market. I'm not sure. I never used it before. Facebook Market, that is. And I went in and looked at, you know, I got a wish list there, and the first thing I had to do was get rid of the stuff I had put on the wish list that had been sold since I was in that list last. And there was a seller here in Oslo who had quite a few things, and a lot of it was still there. So I contacted him and said, "Hey, I found some records on your site there, and we both live in Oslo. Do you want to meet up on Thursday, and I can buy some records from you?" And he said, "All right." And there we are. Now, I've already sort of taken them out and shown them 4 or 5 times because this video keeps being remade. Because this evening, you know, I had my meeting at work this morning, and I had a conversation on the phone that I had to do. And I was glad that was over. And then I ordered a pizza and watched the latest episode of oh God, what is it called again now? Christ. The latest episode of Severance. Yeah. And that was really cool, by the way. And so I was happy about that, and I wasn't really going to do anything, and then I watched the news. I clicked on the sodding news, and if I wasn't scared about things in my own life already, I sure as got scared when I saw those things happening. And so I thought, oh, you got to do it. So I sat down and started making a video. I put on a nice jersey, you know, like a homage to my vinyl community Canadians there, and put this on. And then this thing that my camera is on, suddenly it's slightly broken, and then the phone rang. So I've had to restart that video a few times. But anyways, here is what I got the long way around. So I got this. This is Hunters and Collectors, a band from Australia that I love. I must have listened to them for a long time now. I reckon that I was introduced to them in 1998 by Rebecca in Australia. because, not that she didn't like them, she liked them, but she made me aware of because we sort of connected because I used to chat with the name Split Ends, and she thought that was kind of cool that a Scandinavian would do that. And she made me aware that Nick Seymour from Crowded House's brother is Mark Seymour from Hunters and Collectors. And then I also became aware of his solo stuff, so I have a few of those CDs as well. I got a few things by Hunters and Collectors on vinyl, like the second, third, and fourth albums. They're all Aussie pressings, I'm pretty sure. Now, actually, one of them is probably German. But this is a cover I hadn't seen before. This is the debut album, but it's a UK European pressing, and I think it looked like this in North America as well. Really odd thing. So yeah, not a lot of information. They have lyrics and the name of the producer, but nothing other than Hunters and Collectors. There are no band members' names. And then you got the track listing there as well. I've got to say, the later Hunters and Collectors on CD, I don't listen to a lot. They're kind of weak sounding compared to those early albums, and not least compared to their live albums, which I have several on CD. I need to get some on vinyl as well, because are. Do they still play once in a while? An amazing live band. So yeah, there's really nice looking vinyl as well. This guy was very, very correct about his stuff, the seller. And actually, I took a coffee afterwards when I discovered that he hadn't actually charged me for one of the albums. So I sent him a message about that. Did you forget? And he said yes, he did, and he knocked off a little bit of the price for me being honest. So there you are. Next album. This is definitely a Ben Rankin's influence. I think a lot of us in one community have been influenced by him. So I got the Triffids album a while back now, close to 2 years ago probably, on CD, because he talked about them. And then later on I got that same one on vinyl as well. And so this is my first the Triffids since. It's called Calenture, and Calenture, tropical fever or delirium suffered by sailors after long periods away from land, who imagine the seas to be green fields and desire to leap into them. Yeah. And I think most of us are about to suffer from calenture, to be honest. Not sure we here in Europe are very safe, as it turns out, but hoping our Aussie friends and New Zealand friends are. Apparently James Cameron is moving permanently to New Zealand. There's the inner sleeve. Wouldn't know if this is from Perth, WA. There we are. And it's Island Records. So that would... I assume that's also... Yeah, I think it was a UK pressing as well. Next up, my dear favorites, Crowded House. There we are. This is in Trigger. I don't know if you'd call this Crowded House Mark 2 or 3 or 4. Crowded House, of course, was initially a trio. Neil Finn, Paul Hester, and Nick Seymour. Then brother Tim Finn joined for the third album, and he was then, he left and was sort of replaced by Mark Hart, previously of Latter Day Supertramp, who joined them and put in a real effort there on my favorite Crowded House album, Together Alone. Then Paul left the band. They briefly toured with a different drummer who unfortunately I keep forgetting the name of, who also was Jones, also passed away. Paul did rejoin for the farewell concert from Sydney Opera House. Get that on DVD if you have a chance. One of the most amazing live events in anywhere ever. With was that Paul Jones also joining, and Tim joining. And then that was the end. But then some years later, we got this iteration of Crowded House with Mark Sherrod joining on the drums. And I've seen this Crowded House twice, both for their previous album and this one here in Oslo, where I got to shake hands with Neil. And then quiet again. Neil made a few solo albums. He made the Pajama Club with his wife. This was not when he did the Seven Worlds Collide. Yeah, he did a collaboration album with his son Liam Finn. And then somewhere in between there was also a sort of a repeat concert on the steps of the Opera House, with sort of the same band as this. But then suddenly he announced that Crowded House was recording another album, and unfortunately Mark Hart was not a member anymore, and this guy was gone as well. And who did we get instead? We got sons Liam Finn and Elroy Finn, as well as is it Mitch Froome? He's been their producer, now he's their keyboard player. So two albums since from that iteration of Crowded House. So this is a 2010 version of that album, which was a very nice album. But it's those two albums really took a while for me to grow on me. And then the album they released with last, I didn't like much, but the one they released last year, excellent album, by the way. So, where do we go from there? Well, we go from New South Wales to Wales. Now, I've spoken a lot about my love of Wales and Welsh bands and everything, but a band I haven't really talked about, that I've been a fan of since probably... I bought their debut album in Copenhagen at, I think it was a Stereo Studio in Copenhagen, not far from Rundetårn and Storkefontenen på Strøget, eller up from Strøget, in 1997, yeah. And that's the Stereophonics. So this guy had their... Is it the three latest, or has there been one since? I don't remember. He had the three latest Stereophonics on vinyl. And I don't have anything on vinyl, but I've been sort of meaning to. And I thought, well, at this price, about £14 each, which is 200 Norwegian kroner. Oh well, he did lower the price on some of them actually. So these are I really like Stereophonics, and I thought this would be a lovely distraction from the world as it is and everything, and be a way to get further into these later day Stereophonics. So I got them, and now I only have to get all the others. Well, we'll see. I don't know how easy or difficult it is to get the others. What was the name of this again? It's Scream Above the Sounds. And then we have this one is that 2018? No, 2017. And then we got Kind from 2019. Here we are. Another album I really enjoyed. I remember more. I think Yeah, I think I like this one better. Pardon me. There we are. And these look like they've hardly been seen the light of day, so they are in excellent nick. And yeah, very happy about. In as much as I'm happy about spending money on records, I'm happy about that. And finally, sort of is it a Roy Lichtenstein looking album cover? This is Ucha, I guess. Yeah, well, cool art. I love this. And this was 2021. Yes, indeed it was. So this is a double, not the colored one. There we are. So, you know, now I'll probably at some stage will have to make some sort of video about this Welsh band. There we are. I'm not sure what's left of sort of original band members, because I do remember he replaced the drummer at some stage. Was there a bit of a kerfuffle about that? He later passed away, and I think he's on his third or fourth drummer now, actually. And aside from that, it's one of those bands that I like. I buy their stuff, but I've never really sat down and read up on them for some reason. And that's all right, isn't it? Anyway, guys, that was my buying from some bloke on Finn haul to cheer me up, and my video to not think about the world. And yeah, I'd love to hear what you think about these records. Did I get a good deal here? Obviously, 4 of them I actually own on CD, which, you know, is typical of us vinyl community people. But the 2 other ones, I mean, there are tracks on the Hunters and Collectors that I have on some compilations and stuff, but I can't say I recall all those tracks, to be honest. And the Triffids, that'll be a completely clean slate. Never heard that record before, so that'll be interesting. So yeah, hope you are well out there. Hope you're not calming your nerves in all the wrong ways, and that you're going to have a great weekend. I have some things next week that I'm not looking forward to, and so on and so forth. So let's keep those records coming, and comments, and click like, and just say hi, which is also nice. And I am now going to. I was going to say I'm going to go and watch a movie, but I think I'll go watch some more of you vinyl community guys. That always either cheers me up or empties my wallet. Cheers, guys. Take care. See you later. Bye.